What up, though? It's the music scene. We got all the action, all the smoke. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Be notified when we drop another banger. We got a nice little banger. So we got that NBA YoungBoy and that Dead Troll. So look, we gonna get into this. So it was a lot of people and a lot of people in the media saying that Dead Troll was about King Von. Now look, I don't think it was about King Von, but I know why a lot of people saying that it is. So you know, YB got 1 million people that did fan pages for him, and you know, leaked his music and all that type of stuff. So maybe a few months back or something like that, a month or something like that, they had leaked. I won't say leaked. They might have like recorded it from YB live, but then they put their own title on it and they put King Von this. This was right around the time that King Von and Jania supposed to be creeping or whatever. You know, King Von and Agent Dowdy broke up or whatever, and it was kind of rumored that he was messing with Jania, and then they were saying they had a secret music video coming out or whatever. Nobody was buying it or whatever. And so people were saying that YoungBoy was like, you know, subliminal talking about him and stuff like that. So, you know, 600 Breezy was saying stuff about, like, you know, taking pot shots at YoungBoy as well. But that's why people saying that it was about Von. Also, Von was on like a few live, like throwing slings at YoungBoy. You know, it was one, like, try to go in order, like a while back, a few months, it was like one live King Von was on, and I guess he was reading a message. Somebody asked him, would you do a song with YoungBoy? And he was like, yeah, I mess with YoungBoy. And he was like, but you know, he got too much stuff going on, so I don't know. And so he talking about like all the beef and stuff he got going on. I'm just saying, like, he doing too much. So then fast forward, you know, a little while later, King Von was on the live and he was listening to YoungBoy. Then he was like, you know, like listening to YoungBoy. He's like, YoungBoy, what? He's like, you ain't cut like that. You ain't really living like that. Bam, that was one strike. All right, another live he was on, he was like, YoungBoy, I'm on your ass. He like, you know, you ain't like that, I'm on your ass. So then there was another live, he was saying like, oh, YoungBoy, that's my brother. And so that just came from nowhere. You know, YB, you know, ain't spoke on no King Von. Doubt if he really even know who he is. But somehow he was like, all, you know, like all on had a reason, I guess, to be saying something about YoungBoy. And so if you put that together, you put the fact that he's supposed to be creeping off of Jania, and they were saying YoungBoy was mad about it. He supposed to like subliminally said something about it. And then you fast forward to recently, famous Dex. You know, Dex, y'all know he was going off on King Von, and so he was saying YoungBoy on yours. Now, maybe Dex was saying that just off of, you know, the stuff that they were saying about Jania. Maybe he fed into it and thought that, you know, YoungBoy, you know, responding back to Von or whatever, you know. But then some people may think that he actually knows some inside information because, you know, Rich the Kid and Dex always been cool, and you know, YoungBoy and Rich the Kid cool. So, you know, maybe it's something they don't know, like what we don't know, and so that's probably what people going on. But this one thing I know, YoungBoy never said King Von name or never said nothing to where, you know, you would think that he talking about Von. Now we gonna go deep into this because it's one more thing that people might be thinking that he could possibly be talking about Von or whatever. All right, so what I'm gonna say is, I think it's about multiple people. I actually did this video, this audio already, but then I had to go back because I listened to the song on some different headphones and I heard something different. Now in the beginning, I thought he said Jada Youngin, you know, but he said something else, you know, that little baby. He said something like that. But anyway, but one line in there in the song, he do say that I could say, I'm thinking he talking about Jada Youngin, as he said that pussy nigga drove, he can't get no feature. What he say? I got him trying to troll. That pussy nigga drove, he can't get no feature. So if y'all know Louisiana slang, when they say drove, that means somebody mad, they irritated, they vexed, you know, they got an issue about something, they got some pressure. So we say he drove, he didn't get no feature. Now, who's the only person that we know that supposed to had an issue with YoungBoy about a feature, and then there's supposed to have been some smoke? JD Youngin. You know, like I say, YB, he got a lot of like fan pages, and a lot of people be leaking his music. I don't know if he be leaking his music. I be thinking he be doing it sometime to get around the label. But anyway, so Jada Youngin got a hold to a track with YoungBoy, and he put his verse on, and he was like, tell YoungBoy to drop it. So when YoungBoy saw it, and this a while back, when YoungBoy saw it, he was like, man, take that down. You know, where you get that from? Take this shit down. And so after that point, Jada Youngin, he like had an issue with him, I guess. And so when YB went to jail, then it came out, and he was like talking about, you know, just going in on YB, and then, you know, you seen it with Jania and stuff like that. And so, you know, Jania, she been with like a lot of dudes in the industry, a lot of people that who kind of like had beef with YB. She like pretty much the YB, like the female version of YB. Like, you know, she like, I you know, want to say she get around. Like, you know, I ain't gonna candy go, she get around. And so when people say that YoungBoy be talking about this person behind Jania or whatever, like he could be talking about anybody. You know, he could be talking about King Vine, he could be talking about Fredo, he could be talking about Jada Youngin, he could be talking about Almighty J, YBN Almighty J. He could be talking about like numerous people. But like I say, I think he talking about multiple people. So I think he was talking about Jada Youngin on that part about the feature. Is one part he say one part I think he talking about Jackboy, because he say when his boy touched down, what he say, something like, I hope you with your boy so we can get him 2 for 1, or you say when your boy touched down, we gonna get him 2 or something like that. And so he say that a lot, referring to like Fredo, like when Fredo come from like out of Florida and he touched down in Baton Rouge, he gonna get him. But this particular thing, or whatever person, it feel like he was talking about like Jackboy and like Jada Youngin. I mean, not Jada Youngin, but Kodak Black when he touched down, as in when he get out of jail. And so, you know, this is just my thought. I'm not saying that's who it is, but what I'm saying is none of these sound like he's talking about King Von. Now, is one part that he say, I'm planning on staying in something in Atlanta too. And we know Dirk and Von, they in Atlanta. And so that might be one more thing that people might think that he talking about King Von, and he could be, but he never like said it. So we don't know. So I wouldn't say this whole song is about King Von, because don't make sense. When you say, I hope your boy with you 2 for 1. Now some people may say, well, he could be talking about Dirk, but it's like I don't think so. Like, now I know for sure Kodak went at YoungBoy and Jackboy, but Dirk never said nothing about YoungBoy. So I doubt it if he's like if I had to put my money on it, I would say he's talking about Jackboy and Kodak on that part. But let me see. And I know he say he had pictures of his ops or whatever, and he been saying that, he said that in another song, and so he could be talking about all his ops. That is something that he say he got Florida bricks, so his Florida chick don't want him no more. And so I don't know if we trying to like subliminally talk about, well, I would say Jackboy and them because they in Florida, but I don't think he talking about like Fredo, because like we usually know when he talking about like Fredo, it's just a certain type of way. Like it sounds like he talking about like new people, or people who like he say don't come fishing in this water. Like they already got history with Fredo, and they already like stuff going on. So it don't really sound like this about like Fredo, TBG them. This seems like it's just about some new people who like testing them, who trying to. So I think the song is about Jada Youngin, possibly Jackboy and Kodak, and it could possibly be like I don't think, but if it was a part about Von it would probably have to be that Atlanta part. But like YB could be talking about anybody. You know, he done bump heads with a lot of people. Not saying that he started, but for some reason people had issue with him. They be clicking up, and so get in the comment. Let me know what y'all think. The music scene. I'm out. Cheap.